it's all okay. Fine.
Okay, I just made it recording. So right now we'll start it, and then
Okay.
like yeah, in this project part two, I hope so, whatever it might be. Uh, mm, Dynamics, okay, our sources like Dynamics 365, and then once it is um, done, okay, so once we are get the data from this, okay, what are the things that we need to do, like how we get what is these things and how we get the data, like these kind of things have been given over here. But right now you don't go with this Dynamics 365 database, you will go with whatever the Excel files that you'll go with. Then these are the tables that we do have, like exactly. So a lot of tables. Okay, we need to get the tables into our Power BI, and then once you get the data, then we'll go into like data modeling. There are a lot of things that need to be done in the data modeling. I'll explain you. I'm just showing the FRD. I'm showing you the what
Yeah.
is the FRD the content. And then once FRD content is done, then we'll go with the other topics that we need to do. Okay, so this
Okay.
is like data modeling concept where we do have a lot of tables and we need to give a lot of relationship to that. Okay? So I'll let you know once we do the modeling, and then this is their requirement. Like they need to have a table first report, okay, first report page, and then they once done with the modeling, and then they need this kind of things. So open inquiries, the inquiries which are in open stage that count, and then there should be an indicator kind of things where it is, if it is like 0 to 5 green, and then 5 to 15, and then left, and then it is yellow, and then if it is like more than 15, then that should be like red indicator, so that they'll take an action click quickly upon that. Just to make them aware of that. Okay, so how many counts are still left in particular things, then what are the things, and then on what particular scenario we need to take some action upon that. That is what exactly they need. If they need to get the payments, okay, for the people are more than 200 or 250, like they'll obviously go with that the guy, and then they'll just ask the people, and then they want to reduce it as early as possible, because everything is done, the only payment is pending. So they will know if once, if the inquiry is like, okay, open inquiries are too high, and then obviously they'll send many of their executives uh, to all their clients and then customers, and then they'll move it from open inquiries to like some other next stage. So once it is done, once it will move from stage to stage, stage to stage, stage to stage, and once it is done, then obviously that it will be, they'll get the money. That's it, nothing more than that. So they want to get this kind of data as per the data given. Okay, they want this kind of report first phase, and then this is what they've given us. So according to this, we need to plan and we need to like build that report. So they gave us some samples in real time. They may not give us samples. They may give us in uh, text format, and then we need to understand that what they are expecting, and then we need to work on that. And sometimes they'll like give some other tabular model, and then from that, seeing from that tabular model, we need to build a Power BI model, which will be like tabular to Power BI migration. And sometimes they'll create some SQL logics, and they'll show the data in tabular format, and then we need to work upon that. That is some other cases. So there will be a lot of different cases how we'll get the requirement, but we need to understand that requirement. Maybe pictorial way, it may be graphical way, it may be like already done in other BI tool. So it may be in different formats, but we need to work upon that. We need to get that particular output. That is our target. Then here again, the second phase, they need this kind of descriptive tables. So there is some logic to achieve this one also. They gave us some logics, what the things that need to be shown over here. According to that, we'll show that in second phase. And the third phase, they need it in such a way that there should be like some filters, and then there should be like two bookmarks. Like they need some two views. Like one is simple view and one is a detailed view. There is that we will make some bookmarks, and then we'll create that one. So they don't tell us that you need to create a bookmark. They'll tell us that it should be like in such a format. Whenever I want to see a simple summary, I just need to have simple summary for the same data. Whenever I want to see the detailed summary, then I just need to be switch it to detailed summary. I don't want to shift the page. I don't want to move the page, but within the page, I want this. Then obviously we'll plan accordingly, and then we'll create some like whatever it's called, like
Means if suppose they give you in the text format, it might be a little bit hard now. Like suppose they give like condition in the text format, so it might be quite like hard to grasp that thing. Suppose if we get in a pictorial format, it might be easy because
Obviously,
there is
there are a lot of pages. There are a lot of pages on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Still, we will do that, but they need it in this format so that they'll filter that. Okay, they in the pipeline if they want to like check with the currency, like what currency, how many people are there, and then what type of chemical, how much things are there done, and then how many are there. Like okay, they want to filter that and they want to check what stage is. So for that, okay, they want to make it in tabular format. We do have a lot of things. Okay, and then after that they have like account finder kind of thing. Based upon the region they'll filter this, based upon the country they'll filter, based upon the city they'll filter, based upon the account number they'll filter, based upon account name they want to filter, and based upon sales manager name they want to filter. So there should be a lot of filters, and according to that they can filter out, and then they can see that particular lead where what place is that, so that they can take some action upon that particular lead. So they need this kind of things. That is the fourth phase, and after that they want to like a lot of graphical things, lot of bookmarks, and lot of graphical things they asked us to do. Okay, so not all these pages are going to display. Phase 5, and then okay, these things will be displayed out here in the technical discussion document, and then so in the technical discussion documents, okay, our guys will okay as per their requirement, our guys will just give us in brief, in detail, in brief things like okay, the report should be filtered on this kind of things. So these are not available in our source with so we need to create from the existing tables. So here these are the tables that we need to create from the existing tables, whatever it might be, like fact tables. We need to create some dimension tables, and then we can filter these things upon these visuals upon these filters. So we need to create some of the dimension tables which are not available in our table. That is the task for us. Okay, that is a data modeling part. Okay, I'll just explain you how to do that. So these are the other things that we need to make. We need to filter with. Okay, and then they required us to give us a README page where the users of that particular report can get all the information how to use this particular report. They want that, we made it. Everything is text format, and then we gave it some bookmark over here, page navigation, to start into like next phase. So once it is done, this is the first phase that they need, and then they in the mapping doc in the documents, they obviously ask us, they give us some logic like page level filters for this page is like opportunity state is 0, then inquiry date, state code is 0, and this need to be done. So we'll give those things the filters, and then we'll start creating these visuals. So this is a visual level filter, or a page level filter. This is a page level filter. You might have known already what is page level filter, what is page level.
Yeah.
Okay, if not, okay, definitely I'll go with and I'll let you know what exactly is that. And then coming to okay, this is the second one. Like which one is this one? So I have open inquiry. If they click that, okay, they need to come over here like this space. And here it will be like elaborated view, like all the here only we can see limited kind of columns, but when we expand it, we'll come out here and we'll see a lot of number of columns which they need exact. Okay, so there are a lot of things that we visual level filters are there, and then based upon that we need to filter that, and then we need to show the output. This is what they exactly expecting. Okay, in this some of them are like okay calculated columns. Some of them are calculated was the URL is a calculated column. Okay, which is done based upon the opportunity ID. So that is again we need to create a lot of columns. That will be like I'll show you in the mapping document what are the columns, and then how they are need to be done, what is the logic to achieve that. That is another part. So let us first of all discuss what exactly our requirement, complete requirement, and then we'll go into like that part and we'll see that. Okay.
Okay.
Getting me, or is there any confusion? You can stop it anytime. So that,
yeah, getting.
okay, so it will be like little bit maybe because these terms and then this commercializes progress is these all things are okay in the tables that we are not bothered about. Only thing is if they give the logic, we'll implement that logic. We don't discuss with what is in progress, what is 6 commercialized. We don't need.
Yes.
They gave us the logic and then we'll implement that. Because
Okay.
if you want to try to understand what is 6 commercialized, then we need to talk to client directly.
Yeah,
that's not our part. Okay, we'll try to understand what's happening with the data. The only thing that we need to do is like in real time that we need to check with the data, with the tables, with the source, and then very frequently you need to have a good knowledge upon your data. First of all, once you get that, obviously you can see that yes, I see this in progress kind of thing is there in opportunity table. There are this also there in the same column, and this is also in the same column. So that okay, you're asking me to segregate filter that you'll have an idea. Whenever they tell the logic, obviously you'll get the idea because you already know what's there in the table. What all types of columns are there? What is the data type? Then accordingly you can write the measure. You can write the calculated columns or logic, whatever it might be. So whenever they give a project, what they'll do is like okay, they'll give you some time. At the same time, they'll give you some KT regarding that or knowledge transfer. If it is a existing project, you'll get some KT, or if it is new project, they'll give you some time to read about the data. It's not like okay, you'll have free time and you'll see. But that particular team, you need to spend a lot of time, more than your working time. You need to spend a lot of time, and you need to have some good grip upon the tables, columns, and then data types and everything. Then only when they give you the requirement, then obviously you can work upon it. So just this is a tip. Yeah, go ahead.
Initially that means we have to work only on the problem statement and the data which they gave us to.
Yep. Initial days, maybe if the project is new project, okay, and then if they'll give you the product data, and then they'll ask you to just observe the data for 2 to 3 days. It happens in lots of projects, okay, because first of all, if you don't have what is the data and what is the data types and everything, then obviously you will, while they give some requirement, you will be unable to do that requirement. So if you can have a good knowledge and good grip upon the data, some knowledge on the data, then obviously you can work fastly.
Okay. And suppose we got some like issue or a problem in the data related to data. So whom we have to contact, like direct to the client or like to what?
No, you never directly contact the client. Okay, you will always contact your whoever might be, maybe team. If your higher authority is like team leader, then you contact your team leader. If it is your project manager, you talk to your project manager. You never directly contact your client. Okay, you will directly contact your project manager, and he will get back. That's it. All the conversations will be in the email, and then or else okay, something like Teams or something like that kind of things. Conversation will goes on this only, like normal conversation. How we'll do that in WhatsApp and then Facebook. The same way you'll do that in the Teams also within your organization. And then if it is a bigger concept or if it is from the project manager, obviously that also. If it is smaller things, doubts, you can go with your Teams, or if it is like something need to be discussed important, then obviously you'll make it in the emails, and then they'll reply to you, and then if needed, uh, um, they'll make a call, and then you can talk to them. They'll assign a call, and then they'll that depends upon. So as per that, okay, it will go. It's not like okay, every time you'll contact them or something else. Okay, or else it is not like the scenario that every time you will take your own decisions. Also, every time there will be like you need to contact a middle person, and then that guy will contact that user, the client, and then he'll revert back to you, because he might have already talked regarding this while FDD. So he will let you know like what need to be done.
Okay.
So or else if it is not done, okay, then obviously you will go to the client, and then he will contact you. He will contact you again. Will let back to you. That is the things, and then so here are the requirements. Okay, whatever the requirement that you have been given. A lot of tables in these projects, and after that, lot of bookmarks. Okay, and then once it is done, a lot of bookmarks and lot of tabular format are there. And then this project, it's not like every project need to have a lot of visualizations. As per this guy requirement, he need a lot of tabular format. So we made it, and then a lot of things, lot of pages. And then once we come out here, he asked us to make some bookmarks and show some visualization kind of things regarding this as per his requirement. So we have been done that thing, and then this kind of lot of things. visualizations. What we need, we made it, and then there are some logics where we need to make it like some customizations of existing projects, and then we need to write some bigger logics. Here he made it in such a way that okay, if there is if we select more than one year, there should be like it should be displayed like one single. Please select 1 year or single year. That kind of display. This is their logic. So if someone clicks okay, it is not like okay, we can even click keep over here require single selection, but they need it like that. I don't know why they asked us to do that like that. No issues. Even if it is not selected, also that need to become over here.
Okay.
So we already told him that we can make this thing, but they asked us this thing to done. If we are able to do that, we'll simply do that. That's it. If we are unable to do that, then only we'll discuss that. Okay, so it is not happening, and then you need to go with this option. If it is happening, obviously we'll do that. So their requirement is this thing, and then we do that. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Yeah.
So and then there are a lot of kind of they ask us. Okay, so beside this visualization, something need to be here in different formats of reports need to be here. So every page have a lot of slices. So this is the project, and this is not a complex, very kind of complex project. This is a medium complex project, and then there is no such kind of visual feast over here, but still lot of tables available here. In some projects, we can feel like okay, a lot of visual. We feel like every time, if you are not in real time, when you go to real time, you feel like okay, I'll do a lot of visual concepts or something else. But okay, it completely depends upon their business and then what they require. Every time we can tell like okay, I'll just make some graphs, means they don't accept it. They need it. They need the information. They need in detailed information, means okay, you can't give the in detailed information. If they want to check with the account wise, then obviously we can't make it in the visual like okay, charts or something else. So then obviously we need to show him it in a matrix format or else in a tabular format. That is what we have been done. That is what they expected. After that, they want to mix these details with some visualizations also. Then we made it this kind of thing. This is what the requirement is. So after this, okay, I'll just explain you some other things like okay, we do have mapping document. Yeah. Okay. So this is the mapping document where you'll have all the logics to write that particular, create that particular things. Okay, so here for the opportunity, we used to have like different tables, and then we have different custom columns need to be done. So they gave us some logics to create these custom columns. So one by one, we'll go ahead and then we'll check it out what exactly their requirement is. And then we will try to get that requirement. I'll give you the document also, like with all the answers. Okay. With all these answers, I'll give you some PDF document, and then there you can get that how we'll do this. So this is the logic, and they want to ask us. They ask us to create some custom like columns. You can do it either by Power Query, and then like you can do it either by DAX. It's up to you. Like, but okay, preferably if you can do it by Power Query, that will be like efficient. And then if you are not good at creating custom columns in Power Query, then obviously you can make it using DAX. That is a simpler and easy way. I'll give you that doc also. Like I'll show you like whatever the doc is. Just give me 1 minute. Let me get that. I'll give these things like to my people. My students. Okay, while I just explain this project, I'll just do these homeworks. They just give me some time. And yeah. Yep. Let me show that. Okay. Then you can get the information how we'll create that particular. So okay, so this is what okay. I will create the calculate column. I'm a Microsoft certified data analyst associate. I got the certification. Okay, so I'm a certified. To just make you know, like okay, I'm a
Yeah, yeah.
certified executive for this Microsoft. Okay, and then coming to my channel, whatever it might be, it's Power BI with Prasad, and then I teach in different organizations, and then I then teach for the like okay, corporate people also. So
Okay. Yeah.
I do have like different I teach in different training institutes also regarding the Power BI and SQL. And then yeah, yeah,
Are you also on YouTube?
I didn't get you.
Are you also on YouTube channel or like?
Not exactly like I do have like when I give teaching, okay, then obviously that links and everything will be with their organization only. I can't take it and keep it in myself. Okay, so
Okay.
if I teach with an organization, like if I teach in some other organization, they will keep it with on their
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Hope you understand. This is how it happens. So even I'm trying to do it okay in times. Okay, so obviously in future we'll get this
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Future, yeah. Okay.
Definitely because I'm busy with my people, and then whatever I do like support or whatever things I do in Power BI, so I'm busy with that things, so I'm not able to do these kind of things in recent times. But definitely when I feel some when I get some free data, then obviously I'll post these kind of things, and then you people can go
Yeah.
ahead and check a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay, coming here, okay, for this real-time project, okay, we do have some requirements, okay, over here, like okay. mm, Yep, this is a requirement upon these things. Okay, URL. Need to create a URL. This is the URL, and then we need to add with the okay, opportunity ID, and then we need to create a column for that. So obviously, to achieve that, okay, you can see this just URL. If report status is qualified, then obviously we'll create this kind of thing. Okay, and then this is the logic to write how to like okay, and we'll use and ampersand symbol to just add this thing to this. And once it is done, okay, obviously it is we'll get the URL column. Then while we show it in the report like visual, then obviously we'll just on the icon kind of thing, URL icon, then obviously it don't shows that particular text, complete text, it will shows that complete in this format, like that should have been seen like this. Yeah, this kind of URL kind of symbol kind of things. I'll let you know, I'll show you like where we can see that, and then how we need to convert from the long text into like this small symbol. I'll show you that not like this. Yeah, we're discussing over here, and then coming to like second column, like this is what I've been written. Okay, so once after this, okay, I'll give you all these tables and everything, and then you can practice these things. Okay, just don't try to copy this. Okay, if you copy this, obviously you won't be able to do that. Okay, try to do that by your own. And then after for the second logic, this is just like if else condition. If else, if else, if else, if else, or a switch, whatever it might be, you can use that, and then you can create this kind of second column. So that's it. And then for the third column, this okay as per these requirements. Okay, if status code is open, and then if status code is 1, it is qualified. If the status code is 2, it is disqualified. So as per the status code, okay, we'll create this one. So there is a status code kind of thing column. Based upon this status code, we'll create this one, which is named as open, qualified, and disqualified, this kind of thing. So I hope you can understand what exactly is this code. If you have any questions in the course also, you can ask me at any time. It's just simple code. I'll show you what exactly how they want to make it. Where is the status kind of status? If status code is something that need to be done like this, if the status
Yeah.
code is maybe
Yeah, it's like a simple window.
yeah, this one. If the status code is 0, then open. Else, if status code is 1, then qualified. If the status code is 2, then disqualified. So they gave us this logic. So based upon this logic, we'll create this kind of column. This is a column name. So that is what I've been done over here. Status column name. This is a column, calculator column. So and then for that we have been written this logic. This is how we do that. Okay. So once you done these logics, and then each and every logic is there over here. I'll just post it to you once we're done with this. Okay. Okay. So all these things that we'll do. And then in the widget report also, like they ask us to create some columns. Okay, so that's another table. That is we do have three fact tables, which are like, okay, as I told you, like widget is a fact table, and then mm, opportunities is a fact table, and then like acquires is a fact table, and then there are a lot of dimension tables also there, and then we need to create some other dimension tables. I'll let you know like once we go with that particular modeling. Okay. So as per the requirement, we'll make this kind of um, whatever it might be, the calculator columns. So obviously every time we'll go with this mapping document and we'll see this whatever the logic. So if the text contains whatever it might be, if text contains this things, then obviously if the status is like, okay, qualified, then it is qualified. If it is open contacted, then it is contacted. If it's like something like this was taken from the Power Query language, and then you can even do it in just simply in whatever like DAX also. Okay, so that's it. So here status plus reason is equal to, you'll take the column from the status and then you'll keep some space, and then you'll take the data from the status region. So obviously we'll have the status plus region column. This kind of things that will calculate as per the requirement. So in the requirement, if we don't have, if we need to have, we need to do some calculation based upon these columns, means we'll create these columns earlier, and then we'll start writing these measures over there. Okay. Okay, and then let's go into like some other part. Okay, what's that? These are all like columns that we need to create, and each and every logic was written over here. You can just check it out. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then like we'll go into like modeling kind of part where we need to do a lot of things. Then just one over here, and then yep. Oh, we have been gone through this one, and then we've been gone through this one, and then we'll go with some modeling concepts. Okay, so okay, and then like we'll go with some modeling concepts. Let me tell you, like we do have what are the tables that we do have, and then how we need to create what we need to create, what kind of things that we need to do. We do have like visit reports, and then visit report, and then we do have, this is a table. Like I'll just make it a clear thing. I'll give you the tables, but just to make you understand, I'm just trying to do it like this. Okay, it's not like I don't do that. Okay, and then we do have inquiries. Another table, and then we do have opportunities. That is another table. These three things are like, okay, these three things are fact tables. And then every time we need to have a date table where date dimension. Every time we need to have a date dimension. So here I'm just making a small thing like, okay, all the dimension tables will be in the smaller size, and then all the fact tables in the larger size, so that you can understand what exactly. At the same time, we do have a region dimension table. Okay, that was already given with our client. Okay. Okay, and then here we don't have some tables, and then we need to create those tables. So we do have shift to region column. We do have shift to region column. Control C over here in this, then over here in this, and then these three tables having a different, maybe different shift to regions, or else customer name, whatever it might be. Name and customer name, maybe a small brief. Customer name. So the people who comes into like visit reports may not be comes into like inquiries, and then may not be comes into like opportunities. But we need to have filter with customer name with all for all these reports. So obviously we need to have a unique table where all this customer data will be there. And then from there we need to create. Okay, we can't create like if we create a relationship between this customer name and this customer name and this customer name, obviously it will go into like many to many relationship. So we don't want to go with many to many relationship. It will gives us always errors and then make it complex, disturbs all the other relationships and everything. It is most probably it is not possible to maintain the many to many relationship. So in that case, whenever you find many to many relationship, what we do is we'll create a bridge table, just like that. Okay, we'll create a bridge table, which is like customer name. Which will a customer name. This consists of all the customers from here, all the customers from here, and all the customers from here. So you'll have total customers from here, here, and here, which may not be in some other different columns, but will be there here in this, which may not be some in these two columns, but will be here in this. So we'll take all these three column data, and then we'll append on this, take this, and then we'll remove the duplicates. Once we remove the duplicates, obviously it will become a dimension table. We obviously know what is dimension table. A dimension table is a table with some column or data which doesn't have any repetitions. Okay, so remove to make it into dimension table. Obviously, we'll take this column over here into this, and then we'll make these things in Power Query. We'll go to Power Query and we'll append the columns. And once we'll append the column, this customer name column from these three tables, and then after that we'll remove the duplicates. Or else we will do this in DAX only. I'll tell you how we do that. Okay, I'll just give me 1 minute. Let me show that one also for you, so that you'll have. Yeah, like this is the first phase, like where we will create a day. Can you see right now?
Yes, yes.
So first we'll create a date dimension table, like date dimension table or calendar table, whatever it might be, with all the things like, okay, we'll use calendar date or calendar auto, and then we'll just create a calendar table, and with all the other things like year, month, date, week number, whatever the things that we know, we'll create a table date dimension. Obviously, we might already know how to create a date dimension. Okay, if not, please let me know. I'll just tell you like, okay, once we done this, I'll give you a brief how to create a date dimension. It's very easy thing. Using some DAX functions, we'll create this date dimension, and then we'll have a date dimension table. This is what exactly the code to get the date dimension. It's very easy. Okay, so this is the code for get the dimension table. Once we done that, okay, so obviously they'll ask us, okay, in the Power Query mouse operations, okay, and then if we do that with the mouse operation, then we are having some issues as per the data insufficiency. Then obviously we tried it to do it in DAX. Simply union with all no blank rows. So we'll remove the blanks from this particular and then shift to enter for this from this column, and then we'll union these three from the different tables. So different tables, same column. Will just the column name might be different, but okay, the data in that particular column is the same. So we'll union that, and then afterwards we'll remove the, like we'll give some condition like, okay, whenever if it is blank, like length of that particular is equal to greater than 0, then only it will include that. And then after that, we have been given the distinct. So obviously all the duplicates will be removed, and then we'll get a dimension table. So in the same way, they asked us to create multiple dimension tables, which is like ship to country, ship to account name, ship to account number, and then they asked us to create, okay, as we have been already seen the mapping document, they asked us in the initial create some ship to region, ship to account, ship to name. They asked us to create this dimension tables. They told us that we need to have filters on this. To have filters on this, we need to have these dimension tables, but we don't have them. So obviously we need to create them. To create a dimension table, bridge table, whatever it might be, That is very easy. Only two functions that we use. One is like distinct and second one is like union. So union of that particular columns, and then afterwards you will apply distinct upon that, and then we'll have that dimension table. Once you get the dimension table, you'll give the relationship for that table, and then the table with in the column to which from which we derive that. I'll obviously show that one also. So that will have more. Once we done this dimension table, obviously we'll give the relationship like this. To give the relationship, okay, that is very easy part. No need to worry about this. No need to grab from here to here or something else. We'll go in this modeling and then go into like manage like okay, what is this? Sorry.
That means the union used before distinct, right?
Yep, union used, and after that we use distinct upon that, and then we can create like okay, dim region or whatever it might be. I'll show you whatever it might be. Shift to country, shift to manager. Okay. Not here. Okay, I'll show you here. Shift to country. You can see this logic that we've been written. We took this table with the column from the opportunity table, which is like shift to country, which is from opportunity table, and this is from okay inquiry table. This is from visit report table. So three tables from three columns, and then we made it union, and after that okay we made it distinct, and then we also applied some filters where the length should be like greater than 0. The length is greater than 0 means it is not a blank. So just to remove the blanks, we made it. We made that particular logic. This is how we create a bridge dimension table, and then we'll have this kind of things over here. We'll use this in the dimension to region, whatever it might be. Okay, so we'll create this kind of lot of tables, and then you can see how many tables that have been created. This is a pipeline health is a table, and then like okay, this is a sold to customer is a derived table, and then this dimension is a derived table. This is a derived table. From the image itself, you can understand what is derived tables. Okay. And this is a measure table where we created all these measures and kept it over here. And then this is a fact table. This is a fact table, inquiry, opportunity, and visit report. These three are fact tables, and then there are some tables which they're given. The region table, this is given by them. The sales manager table, this is given by them. Okay, so these are the things that are given by them. So department table, that is a dimension table that is given by them. So if they give the dimension tables, that is not an issue for us. If they don't give a dimension table, obviously we need to create some dimension tables, and then we need to work upon it. So it's like okay, manage relationships. You come over here. If you don't have any relationships, while you give, then obviously you'll just give the relations just like that. I'll just show you how to create a relationship. Just to select like team sales manager. Okay, you'll have all the tables, and then like you select from that opportunity, and then like you need to select like what is exact common column between these two things. So here is my big common column, and then I'll check this common column over here. What is that column? Common column? I'm not sure. Okay, you'll just check it out. What is the common column over here? Maybe this one or this one.
Normal column.
Yeah, this one. I hope so. So and then you'll have like one-to-one relationship, and then like obviously you can whatever single both or whatever we want to do, then we'll just click upon this. Okay. You'll make this active, and then you'll click upon that just by choosing this common columns between those two tables.
Okay.
Whenever you make selection of that common column, then only you will be able to click OK, and then once you click OK, that will resembles over here like okay, this opportunity table on owner AWD key. This is a column name. We should not worry about the column names. It completely as per the users tables only. We don't worry about that. Okay, we we'll consider it as a table. That's it. That's a column. That's a table. And then we don't want to worry like what is this, what is this, what is this. Even I too like okay, if I work for 3 months, obviously I'll get some information. I'll get to know something about that. At least for 2 to 3 months only. After that only, then we can assume what exactly the data is. Until then, we'll feel like, okay, that is something else. And then we'll work just simply on that. We don't go in detailedly like what exactly is there in that particular column. We'll just check it out simply. Maybe further logics, we'll check it out. That's it. Don't worry about the column names. Okay, just consider the column content and the column data type. That is important. Column name is not important. It might be anything. It might be some XXXY also. We don't bother about the column. Okay. So and then we'll give a lot of relationships. Okay, and then here we do have like one other tip for you. Like in the real time, we don't go with the we can't even give more than one relationship between two tables. Okay, here opportunity and dim date we do have already one on the opportunity and dim date we do have one other relationship, so we can't give that any second relationship, but we need to make a calculation based upon this particular column. So we give the relationship and then we make it like inactive. So we don't make it as active. So we can do this active while the go, like using some user relationship kind of functions in the DAX, and then we can make it while the go, like that is an option. So as per the requirement, we need to make some relationship to build some visuals. So these things also they'll provide you. They'll tell you like, okay, like please make some relationship between these things. If you find any difficulty, then you just obviously ask them that this is not happening with the screenshots. Okay, again they'll come back to you and then they'll tell you like not this one, this one, this one. So this will be like okay, in a chart kind of process. They'll get you. So you need to create relationship with these columns, with these tables and these columns, and then you'll give relationship come out here and build the relationship. If it doesn't happen, then obviously we'll go and then you let your project manager. That's it. The modeling kind of part is like simple. Only thing is if you don't have any, if you need to build a relationship between fact tables, then obviously you need to create a bridge table and then you will give a relationship with that. That is the way how we go that. We don't give a fact to fact relationship that will give like one many to many. So it will completely destroy our complete flow. That is a tip for you. Whenever they told like okay, many to many relationship or fact to fact table relationship, obviously you can tell them in the interview like whenever we find that many to many, obviously we'll create a bridge table and then we will give a relationship with that bridge table to the fact tables, and then we will take it into the filter so that both the fact tables will get filtered. That is the answer that you need to give to that question. That is the complex question and then important questions in the data modeling. Most probably this question will come in the interview. If they need the guy need to have a good data modeling concept, then obviously they'll ask this question. Okay, and the second question is like okay, the direction of that particular relationship. Once you see that okay, every direction will have like you can see this relationship. Okay, this is directed this way, this side. Why this is directed this side? Can you please, if you know, if you can give me your answer?
So this is one line, no? First line.
I didn't get you.
So which line you are saying? This one, nah? This 1, 2, what add user key?
Yep.
Yeah, it's showing like it's connected to this table, this component of this report.
Yeah, this dimension table is related connected with this thing like from one to many, and the direction is from the dimension table to fact table. So if you filter the dimension table, the fact table will be filtered. It's not like if you filter the fact table, it doesn't filter the dimension table. It don't go back because the direction is in this side. So if you filter in the dimension table, then it will filters the fact table. But if you filter, if in this case the direction is single way, and that is from the dimension table to fact table, then obviously it will be like single direction, and then you can't filter from the fact table to dimension table because this is towards fact table. Hope you understood. Did you get confused? Okay, so that is that is what I just want to tell. If you want to filter, from the fact table to the dimension table, it like just if you filter in the visit report table something else, if you want the dimension table also need to be filtered. If you get that kind of things, then obviously you need to go ahead and make this direction into like into cross filter direction into both, then obviously it will convert it to both direction. Then filtering will also be happening. This is another scenario that will they'll ask you, and this is you will face this kind of issues in real time. Some of the projects that you will do something over here, and then this won't get reflected, and you will think that every code is right, why it is not happening, why is not it. Then you need to go into your modeling, and then you need to check what is the direction between those tables, and then you can understand what need to be do. Okay.
Yeah. That means direction is very important to decide.
Direction is very important. Okay, every time when you write the logic, okay, you need to first of all, before writing the logic, you need to go and check with the tables whether they have a proper relationship or not. If you don't have the proper relationship, you can't even write the DAX also. It will also need to have a relationship. If I don't have a relationship with my date table and I want to like filter this thing using my date, obviously I'll get some errors. So I need to have a relationship, and then I can use the dim date into my filters, into my DAX, then obviously I'll get the proper information.
Okay.
So dimension, relationships are more important, and then directions also more, cross filter directions also more important, and then the type of relationship is more important, whether it is one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many.
Okay.
Cardinality, what we tell them, this cardinality. Okay, what we tell this direction is like okay, cross filter direction. So these things are important, and then we need to check it out. While they give you the KT, like if it is an existing project, while you work, okay, if it is like existing project, you need to go with, they'll just simply tell, okay, these are the functions, these are relationships, and then you need to stop them, and you need to ask them to explain each and every relationship. Like, okay, maybe the important relationships are whatever it might be, or else you need to go over here into manage relationship, and you need to check. So then only you will know. Then once they'll like in the existing project, if you went to an organization and then there is a existing project, you want to work upon that existing project. Once while they'll give you the KT, knowledge transfer. Okay, someone will come and give you the knowledge transfer. Just like okay, whatever they've been done previously in these many years or these many months, they'll just give you KT in 1 day or 1 hour. So it's not like that. You need to ask them a lot of questions. What is the measure? What is this? Okay, what is the base measure? What is the columns used in this measure? You need to ask them a lot of questions. Then only you'll get to know what happened till now, and then you can work upon that. If they make it like 1 hour, obviously every time it will happen in that scenario only. You don't sit for 3 to 4 days and then they'll give you. It only depends upon how you ask them. If you ask them a lot of questions and then you get the information, because the guy whoever will use the KT may be in the organization for the next time, or else he may leaving you, and then on his position you might have been came into that organization, maybe. So if he leaves, obviously no one is going to give you the KT, and then you will suffer if you don't have a good knowledge. So that is another thing that you people need to have in your mind. When you get the KT, just take your time and then just ask all the questions that you have regarding the measures. Like okay, you can ask them like okay, what is this measure, and then or what is this measure, and then what you've been written in this measure, and what everything you need to ask. What is the base measure in that particular measure? Did we use any derived measures, and then what is the base column for that measure, and then a lot of things you need to ask. You can come over here and you can check, and then you can know like okay, this thing is a derived table, and then you can ask them like why you created this derived table, and then can you please explain the DAX for that derived table. So obviously these things are very important. If you don't, just if you neglect them, once you leave the company, then obviously all the burden will be there. Obviously your project manager will tell that okay, take all the information that is necessary to do this project, and then you need, if you don't take the information from that KT guy, that is your mistake. Obviously they'll tell, I told you like take the information, why didn't you take the information from me? Right now you're telling that you don't know, you don't understand what's happening, what hasn't happened, what is the logic they've been written earlier. Obviously they'll fire upon you.
Okay.
So you need to keep in that mind. So this is what up to here. Okay, so uh, the earlier kind of things, and then whatever that. Okay, so what is this? Okay, so up to creating the digit tables and then all the tables, and then in the tomorrow session we'll go with whatever the measures that we create, and then how we like the visualization and everything. Then afterwards, we'll have a remaining like row level security concept, which is very important. I hope you already know what is row level security, right?
Yeah, not in depth actually.
Okay, no, that is what I'm telling. Just you might have like okay, a small
Yeah.
knowledge upon that. Okay, that thing.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
definitely will. I'll go into deeper concepts of that particular row level security, and then okay, after that we'll go into like Power BI services also. I'll give you, even though that is not there, not too much concepts are there in this particular project regarding this. Role like Power BI services, but still I'll give you a lot of concepts and a lot of material for the Power BI services so that you can uh, crack those questions in the unit.
Yeah, interview questions. Okay. So
Definitely.
means yeah, two things I want to ask. So they only provide regarding this relationship and also the team table, na?
Most probably they'll give you like okay in some tables in sometimes okay we need to create a lot of dimension like okay derived tables, bridge tables. Then obviously we will know what is the common column between those two things. Then obviously we can give the relationship. Okay. So in this case, if I create a table from sales manager, let's go with this thing. There's my okay, not this one. This one shift to four. So I created okay, not this one. This one I created okay this dim sold to customer kind of a bridge table, and I have been taken from this column, from this table, from this column, from this table, and then from this column, from this table. So I know with which table I have been created this. So once I created this, obviously I'll give the relation with the same table, same column.
Okay.
So then I can filter, I can give this into the filter, this particular tables column, this column into the slicer. And then if I slice, then obviously the rows in this particular three tables, if they have common things, then obviously they will be filtered. So we obviously will know. And sometimes like, okay, if the table is not done by us, then obviously they'll give us with what column you need to create a relationship. That will help. No need to worry about it. It's not like you create by your own. They'll give you, and then if necessary, they'll ask you to just check it out. What are the common columns, and then you need to check with the data, and then again you need to identify what is the common columns. Like common values available, tables names may be different, but once you go through the tables, obviously you'll find somewhere like okay common columns between those two tables, and then you can give the relationship. That is what we do always. When you give relationship, manage relationship, okay, you can find okay here what is the common column. Just like okay, what is that? Okay, what is the region? What is my region, and then like what is like inquiry, and then obviously what is my common okay shift to region. Okay. EMEA, okay, this is my common column. Let us suppose that shift to region key D91. You will check whether they have this either this or this column in this particular table. I just scroll over here and you can stop me if you find that kind of thing anyway. This is the column. This is the column. China is there. China. Yep, account. Shift to region group. There is China kind of thing. Then somewhere else. Yep. This is like region code. This is the region code. So based upon that, we'll give you some relationships. Okay, with this. Okay, whatever that is. So based upon maybe we are unable to see this kind of remaining rows. We are unable to see. That is the reason. Right? So if you are finding difficulty over here, you will go into that particular table in the table of view, like more like data view, and then you will find that particular column names, and then you'll come over here and give the relationships. That's make the relationship, and then obviously. Okay, and then this kind of things, and then we'll okay. That is what we do. And then once you're done, okay, you'll click here. Once you is what we do in the real time kind of things. Okay, so up to modeling, we'll do with this here, and then we'll go with the other concepts on tomorrow, like how to create the measures and what are the logics. And then,
Okay.
but today what I'll give is like, okay, I'll give these documents, and then I'll give these PDF files also up to share what we've been discussed. And for the tomorrow topics, I'll just let you know, like once we're done the tomorrow topics, I'll give you those documents, and then we can work upon that. Okay. So, okay, so it's not like, okay, I'm sending this PDF file. It's like, okay, I'm sending the source files, and then whatever, like, okay, the mapping documents, and then FRDs, and then like requirement documents. These are all the things I'll send you, and then based upon that, you can work. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you for today, and then I'll just try to just upload these things to some other content, or else I'll just keep it them in
Yes, sir.
drive or something else, and then I'll send you the link. Okay.
So tomorrow will be like final day or like what?
I didn't get you. What is that?
Tomorrow that means or like session we over no, like completely or like we're gonna extend further.
Based upon tomorrow, if we have
Okay.
time to finish that, we'll finish that, or else we'll make it on another day.
Yeah, okay.
Is that okay?
Yes. So actually, like I need to like upload my resume to one of the openings. So I was just want let's say like some project description. So can I get it today or like you have to wait for
Definitely. I'll just send an image kind of thing. Just you can type that thing, and then you can keep it in your project. That's simple.
Oh, okay.
No issues. I'll just make it in any other word or
So that is,
something.
yeah. So that means the resume parts and the interview part will be discussed of the project, no? Like after completion of the project.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So tomorrow timing, so can you tell me tomorrow timing?
Not exactly. To be frank, okay, Sundays are
Okay, yeah.
personal times, but still, okay, I'll just making time for that. Okay.
Yeah.
In the weekdays, I'll be working for at least 20 to 21 hours. Okay, I'll have sleep for only 4 hours. In the weekends, I just need to have time with my family. But at the same time, I need to get a lot of things for my family.
That's actually.
But still, okay, no issues. I'll arrange some time. It's not like I'll just at least 1 hour before I'll get you the information, and then we'll start the session.
Okay, sir. No issues. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll stop the recording and then.